Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is February 28th. Do I even have to say it's Saturday? If I'm at the desk, you know it's a Saturday. Welcome to the program. Glad you're with us today. We got a great one for you. Let's get right into it. Caring Senior Services here. We're going to be talking with Dean White and Charlene Stout. They got some great insights about caregivers, what people need for help. And Charlene is a longtime resident here and has some great stories to tell us as well. So stay tuned for that. Then later in the program, Bree's going to be talking to the folks from Broadway Music Lovers Club, Elisa Kaplan Center and Kian Ash. They're going to be talking about that they have on the agenda over at the Broadway Music Lovers Club. They always have fun stuff going on there, so stay tuned for that interview as well. Right now, though, we want to keep you informed, and can you compete? Are you ready to compete in the Village Games? Did the Olympics get you all inspired, and now you want to go out there and do that? Well, you should. Registration for competition is open right now. A cost to register is $15 for one event and $5 for each additional event. So go out there and try a couple events and have some fun. It's a great competition. People love going to it, love competing in it. It's always a big deal here in the Village. The games actually start on April 6th, so you have plenty of time to train and get ready, and then they end on April 30th. For more information, contact the Recreation Department. All right, folks, speaking about getting out there and enjoying the games and being active, we got some great weather in the forecast for you. Going to be about 79 degrees today, topping out there after our 80s on Friday. And now we're going to have a little bit of a tapering off, a little bit cooler. So we got a little bump up, a little kind of a Santa Ana-ish kind of feel to the weather. And now we're going to go from 79 all the way down into the 60s for next week. So there you go. You know, it giveth and it taketh away. Sunrise, sunset, we got a beautiful shot here. Look at these beautiful clouds in the sky. Cole Young, you guys know Cole. Cole took this picture for us at a stoplight, it looks like. You know, hopefully he was stopped, he wasn't driving, and he took this picture. It looks great. Light does look green in that picture. I'm not sure about that. Sunrise this morning is 6:20. Sunset tonight is going to be 5:46. If you'd like to take a picture and send it to us, make sure you're not driving. That's number one. And you can email them to us, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we'll use it in our Sunrise Sunset segment. When we come back, we'll be talking to Caring Senior Services. Stay with us.
The Laguna Woods History Center, the only purpose-built local history archive in Orange County, has been capturing the legacy of our community since 1977. As a nonprofit dedicated to preserving today for tomorrow, we collect, conserve, and share the history of Laguna Woods Village, the city of Laguna Woods, and the surrounding Orange County region. Step into the past and connect with the present at your community archive. Whether you're curious about local milestones, searching for historical documents, or exploring treasured artifacts, the History Center is your gateway to the stories that shape Laguna Woods. The Laguna Woods History Center is a separate building adjacent to the Village Library. We are open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. or by appointment. Visit us and find your place in history.
Caring Senior Service provides a variety of care services to help seniors age in place. We follow the mantra, when family can't be there, we can. We started our business almost 30 years ago because we realized that seniors in these situations still need loving care. To learn more about how we can help your family, contact us today.
And welcome back, everybody. Caring Senior Service. We want to welcome Dean White, the owner of Caring Senior Service, and a special guest today, Charlene Stout. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Michael.
Charlene's not only a resident, but she's also a customer. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and her life here in the Village. But let's start off with, of course, Caring Senior Service. Just as our usual overdue kind of intro, what you guys do, not only in this community, but for people outside the community who need a little help around the house, being able to stay home instead of going to caring homes.
Exactly. You know, our tagline was want every senior to be healthy, happy, and at home. Mm-hmm. And we know that people age better when they're at home. Mm-hmm. When there is a time that an assisted living or a care facility is important. But if we can keep you at home and provide a caregiver there, people often have a better life. Mm-hmm. And so a caregiver does many things. We can do anything from just appointments, taking somebody to the doctor. A caregiver can stay with them, take notes, and pass all that information on to the kids. A caregiver can do grocery shopping, can read through mail, but also can do some things around the house, as well as help shower, help bathe, help transition. It really becomes an added person that's in the house. We often tell people we really want the daughter to be the daughter, and the son to be the son, and the caregiver be the caregiver.
Right.
And it's really difficult when you get older and then you're realizing you're taking care of your parents as well as your own
the kind
kids.
of burden of responsibility can land on you in a very challenging way. Now, Charlene, you've lived in the Laguna Woods Village for how long?
Almost 20 years
Almost
now.
20 years. Now, when did you begin? Yeah, I imagine when you came here, you were very independent, but you at some point you said, hey, I might need some help a little bit here and there. When did that happen?
Just fairly recently. We were in the Northridge earthquake, which is what brought us down here.
Oh, okay.
And it took us a few years to realize we needed to be in Laguna Woods. So we did. My husband passed away about 13 years ago, and I'm grateful that we chose this place to live. So much going on here.
Yeah. And so when you started saying, what were the things you needed a little help with and you said, okay, I think somebody like Dean White and their company can come in and kind of help out around the house with,
Now, I've been asking around, and everybody was talking about caregiving. But I saw him on your program here.
Well, there we go.
I had exercise. Your program came on, and I thought, I ought to listen to this. I'd done caregiving, and I was amazed. So I picked up the phone. I think I was the first one to call you, and he was out there the next morning. And the first thing he said is, why am I here? Well, I need a purpose. I've always known my purpose. And suddenly I don't. And so have I got something for you? And it's true.
We've done a lot of things. Shirley wants to do some home improvements, but it's really important that somebody looks through these things and meets with the contractors. She has 3 kids, but none of them live nearby.
Right.
And so there is a lot of weight that is just resting upon her. She even has a child that's in a different country, and so hard to get them to be here with mom when they have their own lives and other things that are happening with them too.
Right. It's just that the support around the house, the people that can give you here. No, this is what this means. Here's what we need to do with this. Kind of help you kind of navigate through those kind of things, like you said.
It does. My daughter is in Germany, and she's not. Well, the other 2, Yosemite and Texas. So. They think I should go into assisted living. Go check those places out by Gate 3. No, that's not for me. But, I really can take care of myself. I kept saying, I don't need a caregiver, but I need someone here. And so when Dean came out, that's what I say. If I have a purpose and someone who takes care of all this other stuff, I can let go of it. And he stepped in. Now, this is the guy that owns the place. And he said, let me take care of you for now. And he has. I struggled with ID theft. Auto pay's not going through my computer and my phone, and he's gotten me through all of that. He's taken a load off my shoulders.
And then we have a caregiver named Cammie that comes once a week.
Oh,
and
she's amazing.
They have lunch together, but she also does things around the house that she needs, some organization. And
Great.
As you can see, Charlene is totally fine on her own, but there's just these little tiny things that Cammie comes alongside and supports her.
Right.
And it's wonderful. She also has some great neighbors that have come along.
I do. Charles upstairs, I have a sign I put out, and he comes in and takes my trash up for me. And his wife, Susie, she's out there.
Dean, you're not taking out the trash?
I would be happy to,
you?
but it's wonderful. The community of Laguna Woods is that they do want to help each other. And that's part of Charlene's heart is, how do we get more of us to help each other out and do things in the community?
And one of the things I know you want to talk about a little bit is called Angels in Tennis Shoes. You used to do that here in the community. That was a program
I
that was
did.
going
In
on
my
here.
70s, we retired early because Mom lived with us, and we came down here, and I was bored to death. I'd always taught. So I went back and took classes, and the director there, the head of the department, said, you've got to write a project on the way you teach. I teach through teams and centers where you sit with a group of 4. And so, when I got through with that, I thought, I want to get this into schools here. And Jim Hamilton was up here at San Joaquin School. My neighbor, I went back and got my project, my master's, and she said, you got to talk to him. And immediately he said, we need these for the kids that score below 25%. And we couldn't find a place except this long steps and hallway. And he says, this is all I got.
And that's what you took.
That's where this is.
You
Let
got
me
some,
show you.
some great pictures of you guys in action doing
Here
the
we
work
are
here with
on
the
the
kids.
steps. Can you see that?
Yeah, hold it right here, it's like this. This is,
Oh, that one I didn't have glued
so
on.
Laguna Woods residents going to an elementary school and helping kids learn how to read and excel better in school. And so she has a couple, I mean, a whole bunch of these, and they were called angels in tennis shoes. It's just one way that Laguna Woods residents can help the community.
And we had almost 100. I bought 100 of these little angels. This was their name tag, and on the back
Edna
was...
Lat.
Yeah, and they needed to know these things when they're going to work with me, so I didn't have to do any training or anything.
They're really the kindness of their hearts, and it's really amazing. When you put a need out there, people in the community do reach out.
Yes. Oh, I put notes in the Globe saying we need tutor mentors over here. We need some seniors, and they just began to call in. We had so many. They'd come for about an hour on the steps. Whoever got there first, the child could choose the book or the senior, and they got to be grandma and grandpa to these kids. And some kids needed that to be able to share things that were going on.
Yeah.
So
for you, Dean, when you meet someone like Charlene, who, like you said, isn't having any real big medical challenges, but just needs a little help around, how do you kind of work out, like, okay, like you said, you have another person coming in, you're kind of doing some things. How does that work out? Does it kind of grow and evolve as you get to know Charlene and her needs?
100%. So part of her biggest needs is, first off, she want to do all these things, but it's really hard to trust the contractors, even though we have great people that are approved to come into Laguna Woods.
But you don't know what you don't know.
You don't know what you don't know. And so I contacted her kids and I said, hey, this is what we're doing. And we just slowed everything down and so that we could make a good decision together. The next thing is, Charlene does have a little bit of balance. You know, loneliness and dizziness are two things that Charlene struggles with and wants to help others with.
From vertigo. Yes.
And we're there to help prevent things like a fall, which is a broken hip, a broken shoulder. My sister, who's 70, slipped and fell and broke her nose. You know, we don't want those things to happen. If you have a caregiver nearby, or if she's not feeling strong that day and yet had a list of things to do, a caregiver comes alongside, and then we just quickly, max that time.
Right. Now, Charlene, is there also an assessment that kind of goes into your house about things that we might want to remove or move around so that you can get around a little easier?
Where can we get rid of our stuff? That's huge.
One of the things that Charlene would like to do is have a collection of other Laguna Woods residents, groups of 4. And she said with groups of 4, we can do massive things. Who can cut hair? Who's good at taxes?
Right.
And how can we help
create that
each
network
other?
of people in this community?
And so we just want to put it out. If you're a Laguna Woods resident and you want to offer something, feel free to call our phone number at Caring Senior Service. I can connect you to Charlene, or we can find a way to make things that you can help others in the community too.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I could use a haircut. Charlene and Dean, thank you guys so much for joining us here today. Caring Senior Service is the number to call to hook up with the volunteer opportunities, as well as if you need some help around the house. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
We believe every senior should be able to remain healthy, happy, and at home. At Caring Senior Service, we understand the value of compassion and companionship. Our caregivers promote health, happiness, and independence. We cook nutritional meals, engage in meaningful activities, run errands, do light house cleaning, and more. Call us toll-free at 833-926-3700 or visit our website, CaringSeniorServiceLW.com. Healthy, happy home. Caring Senior Service.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Abbas. For over 20 years, I've been helping families keep their smiles healthy and bright. 10 years right here in Laguna Woods. At our family-owned practice, we do it all. Preventative care, digital dentistry, and full smile makeovers. With a team you know and trust. Conveniently located at the Taj Mahal Medical Center with shuttle access for our Laguna Woods neighbors. Come experience complete care, old-fashioned service, and state-of-the-art dentistry that feels like home.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Broadway Music Lovers Club is collaborating with the Theater Guild. This is so exciting in March. Here to tell us all about what's going on there and beyond, we welcome Elise Kaplan-Center and Kian Ash. Hello,
Thank
you
you.
two.
Thank you.
Nice
Welcome
see
to the
you.
show.
Great to be here.
Lots of fun things to talk about. Elise, what's happening in March with Broadway Music Lovers Club?
So, in March, we're actually going to have a panel of the people that created Pandora, and I will save that for Kian. But just a couple of housekeeping notes. So, we're actually going to be dark this year in April and May because Kate and I are going to be traveling. But don't forget, we're going to have all the other months of the year, the summer, December, we're going to have our holiday party, etc. Also, we're also collaborating with the Old Pros because I'm writing a Broadway musical, so it's going to be a Broadway concert. So I'm looking for people to audition on March 31st. At 1 p.m. in Clubhouse 7. There'll be flyers around, the Globe article, and I'm looking for actors and singers and dancers and narrators and tech assistants and costume designers. So Broadway Music Lovers Club is everywhere.
You
So,
are expanding.
I know,
Your
we're very
umbrella's
excited. Well,
getting
we like
very
to
big.
collaborate, so
Yeah.
we're really excited to bring Kian on, and we'll tell you about that later.
Fantastic. Well, tell us about Kian. Welcome.
Welcome. I'm not welcome. I'm glad to be here. Yes. I'm Kian Ash. I am the composer of the new musical that resident playwright Lillian Nader wrote, and she happened to meet me at a playwright group and last year, and saw that I was in musical theater for a while, and so she kind of recruited me in some way. And I was hesitant at first. It was like, I have only written for myself and solo artists, not a full-length musical. And so I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
Oh, it sounds like you were up to the challenge.
Well, he did it because I had the honor of seeing the first stage reading of Pandora last Sunday. And the impact that it made on me and that full audience of 99 people was wonderful because it's quite different and very unique and really just so enjoyable to watch and listen.
So can you give us some highlights without giving it all away?
It's based on Greek mythology, Pandora. We all know the Pandora story, but the Lillian would be great to talk about it. The focus is actually on Pandora, so it's a female protagonist. It's a story about the power of women. The gods try to manipulate her, try to make her do things, and she has her mind of her own. She has her own curiosity of the world. She has everything. It's a really empowering story about women. So I really enjoy working on it. I also play Hades in the reading, so yeah, because I'm also a performer and an actor and a singer.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Well, you have that presence about you and that voice. You just kind of command the room there.
Right, when I say something, people is like, "Oh, you're Hades," because like your voice is so deep. It's like, okay, I'm typecast, but it's fine.
Well, yeah, speaking of the cast, it's a wonderful cast.
Yes.
Everybody's so talented, really unique. He did a very good job along with Lillian and whoever else cast, the director. You can see some of their faces there.
Yes.
A lot of joy was brought forth from that stage.
Well, it sounds like the joy is coming from the play itself. It sounds like
The play is a comedy. It's a musical comedy. It's very funny, and it has nice and stirring moments as well. And also half the cast is Laguna Woods residents as well.
that.
So yeah, it's amazing cast.
That's
and we all
fantastic.
had fun, joy. We had about 2 months of rehearsal, and everyone was just great working on it. Yeah.
So you are just in wild anticipation of March 19th, right?
Yes, we're looking forward to it. At first, we only planned for one show, one reading, and now it's like more and more people are interested, and then so we have a second show. We are thinking about maybe a third show. Maybe
Yeah,
later
well,
in the
I
summer.
know Elise is really good at those encore performances.
I know, he saw a chorus line.
I did, and it was great.
But I want to say that for those of you that would really like to learn more, make sure you come on March 3rd to our Broadway Music Lovers Club daytime meeting at 2 o'clock, because we'll be having a panel of the creators. So Lillian Nader will be there, Kian will be there, your director, her name is?
Director Karen.
Karen will be
Ray
there. So you'll have an opportunity to see Kate and I ask them questions. They'll answer the questions. The audience may participate. So that program is going to be really interesting. So if you want a little preview before you go on March 19th to see the show, that's a great opportunity.
If people were to do that, would it help them appreciate the show more, understand the show more?
I think so. I mean, we all like the behind the scene, aspects of
Sure.
it. You don't have to know a lot about the show to enjoy the show, but to know how it's created, how it came to be, and also talk about how, our focus also will be on how I, teaches the cast. A lot of the cast member is actually residents here to it's new material. Original musical is very interesting, right? It's not something that you are familiar with. So it's a very.
Right.
So I think that will make people be interested. It's like, oh, a brand new musical, isn't that great?
Yeah, I don't
It's
know, Elise.
interesting.
You think this will make it to Broadway?
You never know.
You never know.
There's a lot of rehearsal involved in that, and a lot of creation and recreation and changes and collaborative efforts, right? Talk to us about that.
There's still. I think so. I really enjoy this project, and I really like the process and the people and all that. I think it has potential to go to Broadway. At least regional. We'll see where it goes. But I would like to eventually get a regional, get to off Broadway and all that process. You never really jump right from local to Broadway, right?
Well, you never know.
You
I mean-
almost never. Yeah. So
You never know who's in your audience. It could be
exactly.
a backer. I mean,
Exactly. We want more exposure. We want more showings. So you never, like you said, we never know who's going to show up.
Yeah, you might have to stop at Sigersum first on your way
I
to
love that place.
That would be
York.
great. Or South Coast, that.
Exactly.
that's-
Yes, exactly. The repertoire. So tell us how you went from University of California to composing to musical theater. How'd you bridge?
I studied computer science in UCLA, and but like a lot of professionals and a lot of technical people, I have artistic needs and wants and aspiration. And in school, I actually did a lot of electives in art. I did arts classes, and one of the classes I had was also electronic music and music composition. They offer those, and I love it. I've been writing songs since I was a kid, but never had formal training. So having those training, I don't know if I would call them formal training, but it's college, so I guess they have formal training, right? And that got me into composing. And as I said, I usually write songs and compose for myself and for singers, for performers, solo performers. So this is really a first time I do a full-on composition.
So is this going to be a new passion?
I love it. It's a lot of challenge.
A lot of growth.
A lot of growth, and I love learning new things. Sometimes I hit a brick wall, and I'm like, okay, I want to know how to solve this. And then my problem-solving brain loves doing that. My artistic brain is like, okay, bring it on.
Yeah, we can get through this, right? Absolutely. Tell us real quick, we're going to backtrack just a second. How did you meet Lillian?
Lillian and I belong to a playwright group right here in Orange County. So I'm also a playwright. I'm also a writer. So we met there, and then we had play reading workshops at the New Voices playwright group. That's what it's called.
Fantastic.
And we also publish an anthology every year. And she saw that I was involved in musical theater, and she's like, "Oh, I happen to have a musical, in my back pocket for
So do
for a
you
while
feel
now."
like that
Yeah.
was serendipitous that you two
Yeah, I
were
think
meant
so.
to
I don't know
meet?
if it's called destiny or serendipity or anything, but it's definitely some kind of we both felt that it's meant to be.
Meant to be.
It's meant to be.
And Lily is lovely.
She
She's
is
so
absolutely-
creative and gentle and
She
open
is
to the experience.
beautiful.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah.
She's a beautiful soul.
All right, you two. Well, I think you probably got our audiences all pumped up for March 19th, Clubhouse 5, the Pandora the Musical.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank
This
you so
sounds like
much.
a lot of fun. Yeah. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you so
you.
much.
You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back in a moment.
In the mood for a classic movie on this Saturday? Well, we've got one for you. From 1961, it's The Roman Springs of Mrs. Stone, stars Warren Beatty. It's brought to us by Pacific Financial Planners. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. An aging actress travels to Rome with her husband. After he suddenly dies during the flight, she begins a passionate affair with a young gigolo, and that's a young Warren Beatty, I'm assuming, for that movie. Sounds like a very interesting one. I don't know what the title reference is. I wonder if it's like a literary reference, The Roman Springs of Mrs. Stone. I'm not well read enough to know. Let's take a quick check of our weather forecast before we head out. I am well read enough to know it's going to be nice outside. It's going to be 79 degrees today. Then we have a tapering off on the temperatures, 76. Then we get into the 60s for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So get out there and enjoy the warm temperatures this weekend as we get a little bit of a return to maybe fallish, not quite winterish temperatures on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Monday on the program, I'll be here and we'll have a library update, as well as the folks from the California Club will be joining us, so stay tuned for that. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.